What's up guys, welcome to another video. Today we're going to be talking about balanced price ranges again. Now it's not mine. I gotta put it out there in case one of you crazies decide to comment some bullshit. Okay, so it's not mine, it's ICT's, and this is how I use it. I think I use it the same way as ICT does, because there are some there are different variations of his concepts that a lot of different people use. I'm not one of them. I use it the same way he does. All right. So, okay, let's get to it. So now there are three types of balanced price ranges. Okay. Now there are three types of balanced price ranges. So we got the balanced price ranges like this. We got the ones with the wick, right? So I call it the wick BPR. Oops. Right. Then we have the FVG BPR. All right. And there's one more. Oh yes. And then we have the volume imbalance BPR. Okay. Only those three types of balanced price ranges that I use all the time. Okay, I won't say all the time. I mean, as of recent, I remembered that I know it, and so I've been using it ever since. Okay, so how do I actually use balanced price ranges? Well, number one, right, in order to be able to use any point of interest, you must know if you are bullish or if you are bearish, right? So if a balanced price range is basically balancing the other side of the market, meaning buy side being balanced by seller side being balanced by buy side, right? Then obviously the creation of a balanced price range is telling us that, okay, one side is coming into control, to make it seem easy to understand. All right, telling us that, okay, one side is gonna be in control, right? So now if, for example, if we have, let's say, a fair value gap here on the left side, okay, so let's say price is going down and then we are forming a gap here, right? Now the balanced price range itself, right, is gonna be a candle here that overlaps this one, okay, and it creates another bigger fair value gap that's bullish, right? So let's say over here to here, this is the this is the bullish fair value gap, and this is the bearish fair value gap, right? So as long as the middle one, right, as long as the middle one has a gap, right, that overlaps with this smaller gap, right, then this smaller gap itself, that is your balanced price range from a fair value gap perspective. Okay, only from a fair value gap perspective. Now what about a wick? So now let's say you have a wick, right? So let's say this can be any color, it's okay. Here, right, now let's say this is a high, right, and price is now overlapping this high like that, forming a fair value gap here, let's say, okay, and here. So these are the three bar formation for a fair value gap as defined by ICT, right? So let's say you have a gap here and you have a gap here. All right, now what is your balanced price range? Your balanced price range is going to be this wick, this high, this swing high. Why is that? Now here's the logic, right? Now if we all know that, so obviously we know that a wick at a high is equivalent to price going up and making an equal and opposite move down, right? And from ICT's own mouth, it came out that you can treat wicks as gaps. So if a wick is a gap, and if a fair value gap overlaps this wick, which is also a gap, then that's a balanced price range. Okay, now let's take this out. Let's do the opposite example. Let's say that you have a low. Okay, you have a low like that, bada boom, and then you have a fair value gap. So you have the starting one, and the actual gap itself, and then the finishing touch here. So if this gap is overlapping with this wick, yeah, then this wick is your balanced price range. Now how do I know if it's a balanced price range? I will know it's a balanced price range if price does what? Comes back, tests it, and immediately starts to move away. So you want to see your true structure unfold here. Again, over here, you want to see your true structure unfold as price is moving down, which is basically a rejection from the balanced price range. And you would not want to see price making multiple visits to the balanced price range. At most, you want to see it touch it twice and then go, maybe thrice, but not more than that. Okay, now I don't need to explain volume imbalances to you all because it's the same thing, right? It basically acts as natural support and resistance according to ICT, right? So again, can you notice I'm saying according to ICT? I'm not saying it's not. I'm not saying it's mine, right? So it is not mine. Okay, so it's ICTs. So now if we take a look at some examples, right, of balanced price range. So obviously hindsight, who the fuck cares? Okay, so here, see this here, Euro USD price ran up, forming a gap here. That's the gap, right? Now what is the balanced price range? The balanced price range is the wick that this gap is overlapping. So what's the wick? It is this one here. And what's the remainder of the wick? It was this one here. That is your balanced price range. Okay, this is exactly your balanced price range. Again, I'd say that the wick balanced price range, that's the best one. Okay, I love that. I always use that. Okay, so here, what do we have? We have a gap. What does this gap overlap with? It overlaps with this wick over here. That is your balanced price range. Okay, that is your balanced price range. All right, here what do we have? We have gap, wick, balanced price range. But what happens here? Price does not visit it ever again. Okay, maybe can be used in the future, but not now. All right, okay, so if it's not using this one, what is it using? See this here, what do we have here? We have a gap. Okay, I will see this wick here, price overlaps this wick just a bit, so that's a balanced price range that was used once and was induced and used again. Okay, used once, then induced and used again. Alright, so now let me see if I can find a fair value gap balanced price range, right? So a fair value gap balanced price range, it's not necessarily seen on the higher time frames, right? So let's just go to the 1 minute, no, let's say 5 minutes. Okay, on the 5 minute chart, what can we see? Can you see here, see this here? There's a gap here, right? That's the gap. Alright, now this gap, what does it overlap with? See this here? This gap over here, that is that gap, that bullish fair value gap, that is your balanced price range. Now it's on the 5 minute chart, so you can visit different parts of price at different times. Yeah, that's a balanced price range. It produced a reaction. Okay, it produced a reaction. Okay, anything else? Okay, can you see this here? As price is moving down, okay, can you see this gap right here that was created here? What does it overlap with? Can you see? Another gap. So that is also your balanced price range. Okay, that is also a balanced price range. Price taps it and then runs. Okay, all right, let's move on. Let's look at something else. Let's see if we can find anything else. We have, let's see, EU was quite a mess this week, so how to find okay, so we can see here gap. What does this gap overlap with? It overlaps with this wick here. So what's this? A balanced price range. Okay, all right, now I'm trying to find more fair value gap examples to show. Sometimes it's there, it's there and it's not there. Okay, it's there and it's not there. So what can we see? We can see more wick examples than fair value gap examples. That's why I say, that's why I like the wick, because it happens majority of the time. Okay, so I guess we have to go to the 1 minute. That's no problem. So let's go to the 1 minute. Okay, and let's see here. Okay, no, not here. Okay, here. Can you see this here? How price forms a bullish gap right there. What is this bullish gap? What does it overlap now? Now it doesn't overlap this wick. What it did overlap was this gap. See that gap over there, that is your balanced price range. Price taps it, gives a tradable bounce. Yeah, it taps it and gives you a tradable bounce. Okay, now if we just look at one more example, one more, can we get one more? Let's see. Nope, 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 nope. Okay, perfect. Here, gap. What is this gap overlap? It overlaps with this gap here. Therefore, what is your gap? What is your balanced price range? This is your balanced price range. Okay, that's pretty much it, guys. So that is how I use balanced price ranges. Right now, if we're going to be looking at some true structure examples, right? Let's take a look at some one or two true structure examples from not Friday. Let's go to Thursday. Okay, so on Thursday. Okay, on Thursday for true structure examples during the NY session from 7:30 onwards, right? What can we see? Here, we had a stop hunt and we had a break. Yeah. Okay. Now that's a shift. Now for it to be a break, remember we need to see price mitigate something and discount, go up again. Did that happen? It did not. So now we shift, we move forward. Okay. Okay. Here, what happened over here? Here we have a minor stop hunt there. What's this then? This is the shift by this very small wick. Okay, then after that wick took out this shift here, that's the break. So if that is the break, what's the range that we are referencing now? We are referencing this range here. That's the buy. Inside over here you find your buy and you ride the buy for 10, 15, 20 pips, whatever. Let's see how much it gave you from the 50. It gave you about 15, 16 pips. Okay, okay, that's that. Let's find something else. So we have a stop hunt right there, very minor one. Then we had a shift. After that shift, this is the break. Okay, if at this point, if this is the break, where are we looking for sales from? Inside this box here. So you can use order block, fair value gap, inducement, whatever entry technique you know, you can use that and sell. What do we know? We know that price will try and reach the 50% of this broken range. So that is here. Okay. Okay. Let's see what happened on Friday. Is this Friday? Yes, it is. Okay. What can we see? Here's a stop hunt. Here is a shift. Does price ever come back to discount? No. So now we are shifted forward. Okay. Stop hunt. Shift. After this shift, we come into discount, perfect, and equilibrium. And that's the shift. The first break over here, that's the shift, right? Now the second break, which is basically this point. Yeah. Okay. That is your what? That is your break. So from there, what's the reference point? Here. This is the, oh, hold up, what am I doing? Okay, this is the reference point for a buy. So price comes down here, gives you a buy, comes down one more time, gives you a buy. Okay, then that is done. That scenario is complete. Okay, all right, next up. Now next up, if we are looking at this properly, right, you can see that we have a stop hunt here, we have a shift here. This price come in discount to give us a break? No. Then we shift it. Okay, do we have a stop hunt here? Shift here. This price come in discount again? No. So unfortunately, no trade based on this true structure format. Okay. Then over here, let's see. Nothing. Obviously, we can clearly see there's nothing. Any stop hunt? Let's see. Yep, here. Here's a stop hunt. Here's a shift. Does price come back inside? No. So this high is a target. Okay. Now here, what do we see? Well, this is the ultimate low, which is over here. So this is your stop hunt. Okay, and this is your shift, right? Now what happens now? Well, price goes up, comes back down into this range, your shifted range, and breaks up. Yeah. So when it breaks up, then of course now you're supposed to see price go up after coming to discount, right? So this range is now useless. Okay, now we go here. All right, now over here, what's the stop hunt? Stop hunt is here, right? We also can see a stop hunt here, and we also can see a stop hunt here. Okay, now we break here, which is our shift. Okay, that's our shift, right? And does price come into premium over here? No. At least equilibrium? No. All right, now here's a bigger picture. Here's a massive stop hunt here, and here is a shift here. Okay, you're looking for price to now go up here and then sell off below this low for it to be considered a break. Okay, that means that if this is considered break from here, see, if this is considered a break from here, and obviously this is a higher time frame thing, if this is considered a break from here, what does that mean? It means that when price comes back into this range, so this massive ass box here, what should we do? We should get a sell off. Did we get a sell off? Let's see. Goes deeper into that balanced price range, and it started selling off here. Okay, so you see, that's how it works. When you identify these points properly on a multi-time frame standpoint, you can definitely see how things work. Okay, so all in all, what it does is it gives you a three-part process, right? So first is the shift, come back to discount or equilibrium, go up one more time, that's the break. What's the broken range? This one. You're looking for price to come back there and give you a buy. It can also induce and do whatever and give you a buy based on how the structure looks. Okay, then you have high there, taken out the high, stop hunt. Here's your shift, price comes to equilibrium or premium. Okay, if it breaks here, we know that it's a breakout structure, so we come here, break. What's the range we are referencing? This one. Go back inside, and we're looking for a sell. Simple as that. That is how true structure works in a three-step format. Now you see what now you see, right, that number 3. Okay, now if you connect that with ICT's institutional market structure, we know that ICT calls it institutional market structure. Larry William calls short-term high, short-term low, long-term high, long-term low, intermediate high, intermediate low, right? So basically, if you were to visualize it, it's basically the 1, 2, 3 pattern, right? Boom, 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 right? So that number 3, it's signifying, right? It's signifying is the shift, the break, and the actual move, right? So basically, here the shift, right, the break, the actual move. You see, stop hunt, shift, break, premium, inducement, whatever, actual move. So it's a 3-part, 4-part process. I like to say 3. Okay, alright guys, so that's pretty much it for this video. So I'll try my best, okay, to do maybe 2 YouTube videos per week. All right, and just a heads up, bootcamp, remember, 20 people so far. I think 3 or 4 people have already booked, so that's like 16 left. I might only reserve it for 10 people and do another one in February or something, just to, do 10 by 10. But yeah, apart from that, bootcamp is still open. It's open for another 1.5 weeks, I think, so get in while you can, because I'm not doing a bootcamp after I do it for another 20 people. Okay. The reason why is I just don't want to do it anymore, because my mouth hurts talking, and I got other businesses to put my focus into, like my real estate business, my family business, and all of that. Okay, yeah, I do enjoy mentoring, don't get me wrong, but I'm just not at that stage where I can handle all these things at once, right? Okay, so with that said, I'll see you guys in the next video, hopefully next week, in the next 2 videos. If you have anything that you want me to cover, you can send me a message on Instagram, Telegram. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Okay, so yeah, with that said, see you guys in the next one. Good luck and good trading. Bye bye.